We like to say that we were disordered and now we are recovered. And for me, I never really heard that concept until I met Carolyn and came to Monte Nido to work. And it was really inspiring for me. And I hear this with the clients a lot, that it's very hopeful for them, that it's not something like I just have to deal with this forever and ever and always struggle with it and always have it in the back of my head. And so what it means to me is that food isn't a struggle for my life. I have a good relationship with food. I have a good relationship with my body. It's not something I think about. I don't have to follow a meal plan. I don't have to see a therapist to work on that issue. I just have really healed my relationship with food and with my body. There are so many misconceptions about eating disorders. I think the number one thing is people think it's just about the food. It is all about the food, and it isn't. And people think just eat, just gain weight, just stop throwing up and it'll be okay. And somebody could stop doing that and maybe all the issues are still there. So we really believe in treating all of it, or else you just get a half-healed person. We talk about the eating disorder voice and the healthy voice that are two parts of the same whole person. And in somebody with an eating disorder, their eating disorder voice is very loud, but they can look at their peers and say, "You're beautiful, you're gorgeous, eat your food, you need it, it's okay," and they can never say that to themselves. So we use that a lot of times, saying, look how you're able to have this really strong, healthy voice with your peers. How can we help you use that healthy voice for yourself? Having had an eating disorder, I am wise to all of their ways, so I know when they look at a plate of food exactly what they're thinking, what they're scared of, and so I can speak directly to it. It kind of takes out that process of trying to figure out what they're thinking. And also it gives me some credibility because I'm sitting eating the same food as them, knowing what they're thinking, having struggled with that myself, and now knowing it's okay. And I can model good food behavior and I can challenge them in the moment to do it. Clients need to go out into the world and see that they can do healthy things in the world. It can become very difficult when they think I can only be better here in treatment. And so our facility takes them out to the store, to the restaurant, to the beach, things like that, where they can experiment with being this healthier version of themselves out in the real world. They have such a desire to connect with other people. They just have a lot of fear and anxiety surrounding that. So when a space is created where they can come and be open and talk honestly and get authentic connection with other people, you see miraculous relationships formed and you see really amazing experiences happen. And I think that that's kind of what's missing in our world, is that lack of authenticity. People not talking about the real issues, people not being open to supporting each other and hearing the truth. And if we had more of that, then I think we would have healthier people. A big kind of crusade of mine is the media and the culture that we live in and how it perpetuates unhealthy standards for women, for men as well, but women really get it bad. Whether it's about clothes or makeup or body weight or careers or even the car you drive, there's pressure all over the place. And I think that it's really important that we talk about it, and that we as therapists and people who have recovered, and also as the clients that we heal and who then recover themselves, it's our responsibility to be the change that we wish to see, that we don't buy the magazines, that we don't buy into the ads, that we don't watch the television shows, that we really stand up for a different world, and even down to the language that we use, that we talk nicer about ourselves and about other people. There's definitely a lot of debate in the field about whether or not eating disorders are genetic. And what we kind of lean towards is that there is somewhat of a genetic component, that there's no one thing we can look to and say that this is why people have eating disorders. We look at temperament, and I think that it's important that people know that an eating disorder isn't something that you just pick up like when you go to the store and then you can just drop it off when you're sick of it. You know, that it is something that is a mental illness, and that it is really a complex struggle that has a lot of pieces to it. Journaling is very important, I think, for anybody and anybody's process in life, but especially for clients with eating disorders. Carolyn kind of did her own independent study with her clients in her private practice over the years about the 3 factors that seem to be the common denominators of people who were able to recover, and journaling was one of those things. The other 2 were reaching out and having support and not weighing yourself. Those 3 things really are the foundation of living a healthy life. I know had I not gotten help, I wouldn't wouldn't be here today. So I feel very passionate about people getting help and getting treated for this so that they don't have to lose their life over an eating disorder.